Good morning, Secretary Rubio, Foreign Minister. Regarding international cooperation and in designating Los Choneros and Los Lobos as narco-terrorists, what does this mean for the U.S. government and where would this take us, especially given that the ramifications or the links that these gangs could have that could affect not only the U.S. but also Ecuador? What would be the scope of this? And Madam Foreign Minister, could you tell us what is the scope of this cooperation economically, as a secretary just said? How could this help the government of our country?
Means that we can now, number one, go after the money, the properties, the banking system of anyone who's related to these groups. In the end, what you find is these groups are making money. That money finds its way into the U.S. or dollarized banking system. We can now go after them, and it's proven quite effective, for example, against the gangs in Haiti and in other parts of the world. The other is from an intelligence sharing standpoint. It now allows us to share intelligence that can be actioned for potentially lethal operations. And by that means the ability to kill terrorists. And not by us, but by the host country. Sometimes in the past, you can't provide them evidence that they're going to use it to arrest them, yes, but if they're going to use them to go out, well, these guys don't usually go down willingly, and so, it opens up the aperture for the amount of intelligence that we can now share, which is very valuable when you're trying to wage war against these vicious animals, these terrorists.
Muchas gracias. Con respecto a la pregunta que se...
Thank you. Regarding the question you just asked us to the scope of this cooperation and the economic terms of our meetings, just as the Secretary of State and myself have stated, we spoke about the moment that is approaching Ecuador, because we have a board meeting with the IMF. We will have the vote of the U.S. We have spoken about programs and disbursements coming up so we can have greater stability and growth in our country. These resources are extremely important to Ecuador, and they will need the support of the U.S. for that. This does not mean that we will continue working on other programs for financing projects and other mechanisms that we have been using with the U.S., such as the DFC, who finance some of our important projects in infrastructure and energy in Ecuador.